A person with knowledge claims that Steve Bannon, a longtime Donald Trump ally, was released from federal prison on Tuesday, resuming control of his beleaguered right-wing media outlet just 1 week before Election Day. As the head of Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign and a right-wing podcast host, Bannon has remained a fervent admirer of the former U.S. president. Bannon maintained that his War Room podcast would continue to galvanize the Trump supporters and that he would impact the presidential race from behind bars, even as he reported to federal prison in Connecticut in July. Maureen, Bannon's daughter, greeted him early on Tuesday morning. Later on Tuesday morning, he is anticipated to host his radio show.
Just in time for the final election push, Steve Bannon, a key Trump ally, got out of prison today. He served 4 months for contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate with the congressional January 6th committee and immediately started pushing unfounded conspiracy theories. CBS' Scott McFarland now on a blustery voice of the far right that is only growing louder.
With just days remaining in a viciously fought election, former President Donald Trump just got one of his most bare-knuckled fighters back.
Steve is very committed. He's a friend of mine.
Former Trump White House aide Steve Bannon, seen in this blurry photo during his early morning release from the Danbury, Connecticut federal prison. And Bannon picked up right where he left off, immediately returning to his audience of tens of thousands of viewers and listeners and began planting seeds to challenge the 2024 results.
They want to at least delegitimize his victory.
Bannon said he's going to urge Trump to address the nation on election night, even if results aren't clear or final.
At 11 o'clock at night, not at 2:30 in the morning, and explain to American people where the voting is, right? Where the voting is and what's to come, what is still outstanding. The American people, quite frankly, were quite confused in 2020.
That has echoes of the chaos of 4 years ago. The House January 6th committee accused Bannon of urging Trump to declare victory before that election, as heard in this leaked audio.
And what Trump's going to do is to declare victory, right? He's going to declare victory.
In 2022, he was found guilty on 2 counts of contempt of U.S. Congress for ignoring a subpoena from the House Select Committee, which looked into the attack on the United States Capitol on 6th of Jan, 2021. According to Podchaser statistics, War Room, which was regularly featured in Apple's top podcasts prior to Bannon's prison report, dropped off the charts by the beginning of July. Madeline Peltz, Deputy Director for Rapid Response at Media Matters, stated, though they've been seeing election denial activists coming on the show still as a central hub, you see that War Room, it wasn't able to sustain itself without Bannon. Peltz continued to forecast that if it seems Trump is failing after Election Day, Bannon will be a well-known proponent for election denialism. A group of stand-in hosts on the War Room podcast applauded the comeback of a former political strategist. One of the guest hosts in the podcast, Natalie Winters, stated that Stephen Bannon will return to the War Room less than a day later, free and ready to preach the MAGA gospel. Bannon restated the baseless allegation that the 2020 presidential election was rigged in May 2024, saying on his podcast that they're going to do everything to steal this election.